Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls from all over the world, my name is Brandon. I'm the CEO, the CFO, the C everything O, the Supreme Ayatollah, and you guys are here right now for no good reason other than to waste time and potentially have a chuckle or two. Zach Taylor says, "Am I early?" Magnus Mortensen, always bearded saint, can always depend on the this, and the this with bearded saint. Outstanding Lawler's production. Brizzo in the house. Magnus, we know all about Magnus. How's Sweden, Magnus? Let me know. Yup, K, yo. Brother, you asked me when I'm going live. When live stream? Here live stream right now. Sandy B in the house. Crypto Heartbeat can't get enough of the ginger. Dang. Get me all fired up this evening. Bring in the heat. Gonna try to talk some sense into the world. Although it's pretty lofty goal right now. Bring the heat, Rags. Godfather J6. Lee Crypto, what is up? Ruskino. Man, I haven't seen you in a while, Russ. Oh, Rusky. Hook shot. What's up, my man? How's life? Irwin in the house. You heard it here, guys. I'm the boss. Folks, what is going on? How is life? Got to hop on a stream this morning. Hopped on a stream with old Crypto Heartbeat. Got to hop on a stream. You guys got to watch me terminate Cat 5e cable today. Very, very interesting. Peeling paint, watching paint dry. That's what we do around here. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my show. We're going to go ahead and kick it off. Got some really, really interesting topics for you. So let's do this. Do not like or comment on any of my videos, and please do not subscribe. So, ladies and gentlemen, the first thing that we want to take a look at, we're going to take a look at the hex chart. All right. So what we do know is I believe we had some point of capitulation back here on March 9th. And at that point, you'll notice a couple things. You notice that high volume. We drew our line in the sand. We said price might scoop back up, and price it did exactly that. We said the next thing that we want to see is price using that level of high volume selling. We want to use that level as an area of support. And we saw that happen. We saw it try to break through, but it said, no, no, no. We've got a resistance point there. And now we're pushing back up above, right? So what we want to see at this point, we want to see this high sell candle. And you got to, guys, we talked about this too. You got to mention that there's some pretty strong market forces at hand, okay? And you got to understand that not everybody is as diamond-handed as you are that holds hex. That's just a fact. Now, the fact that we have been in an uptrend during all this craziness, while Bitcoin has absolutely fallen off the face of the planet, while UST and Luna are absolutely reeling from complete and total devastation, the fact that we are up right now, currently 33% since March 22nd or March 15th of 2022, guys, that means a lot. We're not doing that bad right now, ladies and gentlemen. We're not. We've got Pulsechain coming up. Pulsechain is the lighthouse. Pulsechain is the lighthouse in the nor'easter. Pulsechain is the lighthouse in the hurricane, in the cyclone, everywhere. Folks, big storms, Pulsechain is the lighthouse, and we're all moving towards that right now, right this very second. And we're going to notice that. It's going to be charted. We're going to see that. Folks who hold hex, they understand that they need to hold liquid. They understand that they need to stake hex to get those copies to go over to Pulsechain. People understand that, and that's what we're seeing right now, okay? So if, I've said this many times too, on the short-term time frames, the ability for somebody to figure out exactly what price action is going to do is very, very, very limited. The ability for somebody to do that, because we are not prophets. And I don't care what TA guy you follow, chances are he's going to give you 50% that it's going to go up and 50% that it's go down. We can draw lines of support and resistance based on what we see in the order books. We can look at these things and we can basically figure out whether or not there's going to be some type of interaction at those levels. So right now, what are we dealing with? We're dealing with a level that has been set all the way back since the 7th of August, 2021. We touched that level once again on December 8th of 2021. And we're touching that level right now. Okay. Not only that, we have a short-term trend that has been established. My guess is we do some type of wick action right here. We might pop down to maybe 12 cents. There might be a sell-off, or we might pop down to 12 and a half cents. And then maybe we go up from there. Maybe we do, maybe we don't. But the whole point of the matter here is, the whole point, in the long run, ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't matter. And it has never mattered. You guys understand that with Hex. It doesn't matter. I come to epiphanies every single day about why exactly that I am involved in this community. Why do I stick my neck out, and why do I stick my reputation out for Hex? It's because in the midst of absolute chaos, in the midst of what we're dealing with all across cryptocurrency right now, Hex is that shining light. Pulsechain is that shining light. We don't have the problems that other people have. A lot of people are saying, Brandon, make sure you don't pick on Luna. Don't pick on Terra Luna. Let's break this down a little bit, okay? Let's just think about this. Why would they create and launch a coin, a token that they knew could have the potential for this type of problem? Can you guys answer me that? Why would they do that? They knew that this could happen. They knew that UST could become unpegged or depegged, whatever the case may be. They knew this, but they launched anyway. If you were the founder of a potential multi-billion-dollar cryptocurrency and you were in the early stages of testing your cryptocurrency out, would you not, in every situation, throw everything at it that you absolutely could to break it? Would you do that? Would you get an audit? Would you have other people look at it? Would you make sure that once this thing is released into the wild, then that was it? That was done. It's going to be good forever. Wouldn't you want that? Luna didn't do that. Cryptocurrencies don't do that. When we talk about things being immutable, it's immutable for a reason. And here's the reason. Humans have a tendency to screw things up. They break things that work. They try to reinvent the wheel. They mess up a good thing. That's the difference between what we have here and the rest of cryptocurrency at large. We don't make those mistakes. We don't launch products that we don't understand how it's going to work in the future. We don't do that. You guys see that? And it seems so intuitive, and it seems so common sense, so commonsensical that you would launch a product that you knew it was going to work. Like, I would be frightened. I would say, man, if I don't know that this is going to work 100% of the time, why would I risk losing billions and billions and billions of other people's money? Is it a greed thing? Like, what is this? Now you guys understand. You see the difference between the way that we think as a community and the rest of crypto at large. I'll talk about it again. I get these epiphanies. The longer I'm around, the longer that I talk to you guys, the longer that I see what's happening out in the crypto wilderness, the longer that I see, I get these epiphanies, and I see it more and more every day. Let's check chat. I'm all fired up right now. My mind's going a million different directions. Freaking frustrating, man. Stakio Hex says, dude, you are a stream machine. You know why I'm a stream machine? I'm doing my part just like you guys are doing your part. You guys are on Twitter. You guys are on the socials. You're supporting. You're hashtagging, you're retweeting. You guys are doing your part, and this is my role. And I'm going to do my part. Pulsechain launch is about to come, guys. We don't have time to waste. We don't have time to sit around and do nothing. We don't have time. I'm going to put that good information out there. We're going to pump people up. We're going to let the world know what we're all about. And we are different. We are different. And I'm not saying that as a fanboy, like fanatic. That doesn't come from that type of place. You guys know me. I try my best to look into things and talk about facts. Try my best to do that, right? I try my best to be honest with myself and not put spin on things. And I am not the type of, I'm not a conformist. That is not what I am. But I have to understand and I have to give credit where credit is due. What we have here just has never existed in cryptocurrency. That's just the bottom line, folks. Sammy G, hey fam. Did someone who barely graduated high school make that intro? I will neither confirm nor deny that. Definitely a Furu right here. Thank you, thank you. The production value is next level. What? Guys, 1% better every day. 1% better every day. You could be a 1% better boyfriend, 1% better wife. You could be a 1% better employee. You can be a 1% better business owner. You can be 1% better every day. And if you just do that, it adds up. That's what I'm trying to do here. What do we got? Bitcoin at 28.4? Wow. Bitcoin's doing some magical things. Where do I think that Bitcoin's going? I think Bitcoin is going to quickly go to 2332, but not before we see a bounce. I think we will see a bounce. And here's why I think that. And actually, we'll go into that in a second, because I want to go over the news. I want to go over the inflation numbers. I want to go over what Congress is having to say about everything. We want to get into all this type of stuff. Sandy Beach, hello, everybody. Happy to be a Hexkin. Any chance PHEX will be under $1 when PLSX is at 5 cents? I seriously doubt that. Could be wrong. I don't think it will be under $1 if PLSX is at 5 cents. Let's go, fam. We are in a great place. Sensei Dozy says the sky is falling. We got twins in here, Sandy B and Sandy Beach. You're my shining light, rags to riches. Bro, you need to find another hill. You need to find another shining light. Anthony Munoz. Nice, man. You're looking strong, Anthony. Looking strong. Greediness. A lot of that going around. All right, let's get into the news of today, guys. Let's talk about a couple things. You guys are here. Let's give you some alpha. I need to say this too before we get started. I take my time with you all actually very seriously. I don't want to come across as somebody who doesn't take your time very seriously, and I want to provide value whenever I live stream, because you guys show up for reasons like this. Yesterday, I don't feel like I brought my A game to you guys. I don't feel like I brought my A game. I could have been better. I could have been better prepared. My mind was in weird places. I was just distracted with some things, and I didn't focus and center myself before the stream. So you guys will rarely hear this from me, but my sincere apologies. I want to do better for you guys all day, every day, 1% better every single day. +1 in chat. If we're going to be 1% better, that's what I love to hear, even coming out of my own mouth. Now that that's over, inflation fell from 8.5% to 8.3%, which is the first time in 8 months. Target raised 2%. Target rate of inflation is 2%. We're at 8.3. All right. Now, why are we at 8.3% inflation right now? Why is that? Why did we drop 0.2%? The reason is because the government is basically divvying out gasoline subsidies right now. It dropped it a little bit. The problem is they're not doing enough, and gasoline is shooting through the roof in the States. On top of that, let's kind of take a look at inflation rates across the board in all industries. Let's look at what things cost today compared to 1 year ago. Health insurance, up 10% from 1 year ago. Electricity costs, nationwide averages here, up 11%. Fish, up 13%. Flour, beef, and coffee, up 14%. Milk, up 15%. Chicken, up 15%. Bacon, up 18%. Hotels and used cars, up 23%. Eggs, up 23%. Airfare, up 33%. Gasoline, up 43% from 1 year ago. Clown face, everything's fine here. Everything's good. Clown face. So Biden today released his plan for inflation. You guys tell me what you think this plan. I'm going to go over. I'll go over the bullet points. You guys talk to me about what you think this plan actually means. Number one bullet point: we're going to lower the federal deficit by asking large corporations and high net worth individuals to pay their fair share. They're going to do that by means of raising taxes. Decrease the price of gasoline by releasing 1 million oil barrels a day until October. They've already been doing this. This does almost nothing. The study that we talked about a couple weeks ago, this is just crazy. 50 million oil barrels released in one day decreased the price of gasoline nationwide by how much in 2 weeks? 5 cents in 2 weeks. 50 million barrels. And they think that putting, how much is that? What May, June, July, August, September, 30 to 120 million barrels over the course of 4 or 5 months. Is that going to make any type of significant impact in the problem that we're dealing with? No. But let's hold my opinion. Let's hold my opinions here. Let's just keep going. Okay. What else are they going to do? They're going to call on American farmers to help help increase domestic production of goods. Okay, what does that really mean? We'll get into that. We want to spend money on building out electric car infrastructure and give tax credits to electric car purchasers. Average electric car across America, according to KBB, is $63,000. Okay. Does the average family in the United States have the ability or the want or need to pay for a $63,000 electric car? And what does this entail? The first thing that I just said, spending more money, right? And I guess they think this is going to push us away from dependence on fossil fuels. That doesn't solve the problem in the short term right now. That just doesn't. They're going to spend more money. Number 6, invest in lowering childcare. Invest. When they use the word invest, that's code word for spend more taxpayer dollars or print more money. Okay, that's code word. It always has been. Invest in building 1 million affordable homes, incentivized by forcing corporations to pay for tax credits for these homes. Oh gosh, man. And then the last thing he says, he's taking inflation very seriously. It's his top policy priority. None of these solve the inflation issue. They want to spend and print more money. They want gasoline bailouts. They want more stimulus. Guys, these politicians are so detached. They're so detached. How can we trust these people with our money? How can we trust these people? Guys, have people in this chat, if you're in the States, and I understand I got a lot of folks who aren't in the States here, but I think this is applicable to most of the West. You've got to understand that the power that these politicians have come directly from you. They come from you. And until you understand that, you're going to see the world a completely different way. You'll see the world completely different. So many implications about moving forward. You got kids, you got grandkids. You care about this world? What are you going to do? Are you going to spread the message? Are you going to stand up and say no? Are you going to realize your power? Because it comes from you. They don't want you knowing that. They want you believing it's the other way around. It is not. Let me check chat here. Let's see what's going on. We got a lot of plus ones here. A lot of plus ones. You to Goat Rags, +1, +1. Wow. 10x. None of your business. Yeah, BS to that rate. That last video was so horrible. I liked it. Well played, Briz. Danny Boy, you want alpha, hit the thumbs down and never subscribe. Thank you, thank you, thank you. R2R has that Bill Burr style. Bruh. Yeah, I got that Bill Burr style, man. He ain't my daddy. He ain't my daddy. I could beat that dude's butt, man. Blame Putin. We don't need to blame Putin for what's going on right here under our own damn noses. We're too nice. Bad people take advantage of nice people until nice people wake up. Happens over and over. I was taken advantage of for a majority of my life. And how is that? I know I'm strong. I know I'm capable. I know I can I intellectually match up with anybody that I meet on the street. But I didn't want to cause problems. And I just wanted there to be peace and wanted everybody to be happy, blah, 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 blah. But while I was playing that game, the people who opposed what I stood for were playing a completely different game. And they knew that I would be quiet. And they know that you're going to be quiet until you're not anymore. And it's time not to be. That's the way to win this game. As bad as everybody would say it is, whenever there's a big change for the better, for the positive in this country, and you know things are really, really good when you get the worst pushback from social media and news. You know it's really, really good for the world. Because just about everything that you hear on the news is complete garbage and trash, and it's designed to enrich the news organizations and enrich the government. That's what it's designed to do. Terrafin in the house. Godfather in the house. Thanks, the air we breathe is still for free. They're trying to get a hold of that too. I promise you. Ready for that carbon footprint stuff. What do you think is the influence of this bear market on PLSX introduction? All right. Since you asked the question, we'll go ahead and get into it, right? Because that's a good question. The title of this is Pulsechain Lighthouse. There are some people making the case right now in our community at large that launching Pulsechain right now may not be the best bet. With the logic that is presented by these people, it makes complete sense. However, I would counter with this. I don't think these people understand what the actual point of Pulsechain is. And this is not coming from opinion. This is coming from Richard's mouth. Do you guys think that the point of Pulsechain is actually to save the rest of the world? Do you think that Richard had to include the ERC-20 airdrop? No, he didn't have to. He was pissed off at Ethereum. He was pissed off at the fees. He was pissed off that his hexkins were getting screwed. So he decided to create Pulsechain. What if the ERC-20 airdrop never happened? Do you think that Pulsechain would be successful? I think Pulsechain would be successful because it's designed for hexagons. It's designed for the existing community. Pulsechain will be successful. That's very, very important, regardless of everybody else. That's the thing that people don't understand here. It's going to be successful, guys. If we wait to launch, we're just delaying the inevitable. I love the fact that we're launching because it's going to be the strongest marketing tool, regardless of what people say about liquidity, this or that. It's not designed to house liquidity for the entire market. We're going to be able to vote. We're going to be able to incentivize pairs. All that infrastructure is set up. The only thing that matters initially is Pulse, PLSX, and Hex. That's what Richard cares about. You got to get that. Whatever happens beyond that is awesome. Pulsechain is going to run. It's going to run hard. We have probably the best capitalized community in all of crypto at this point, percentage-wise, the amount of wallets that we have. The best capitalized community. Very, very important to understand that. What we're doing now, we do not pander to the rest of cryptocurrency. I made this point when I was talking on Whale Stream earlier. When I was a kid and I was trying to get into music, go up to this producer. I'm like, hey, dude, like, what are the secrets? How do you make it big in this industry? Like, what do I have to do here? And he pauses and he looks at me and he's silent for, he says, you just got to make good music. And then he walks away. Now, me being dumb and immature and stupid, I heard that and I rolled my eyes. And I didn't really think about it until I went back and thought about it more. And I still to this day think about it because I can apply it to so many areas. Number one is you got to make a good product. You have to make a good product. And that's your strongest marketing tool. If you're a nobody from nowhere, but you make really good music, you're going to be found. People will like it. It spreads, right? That's how that works. Hex is the same way. Pulsechain is the same way. The tenets of how we live our crypto life don't change. What does change are people's minds about us. And we're just going to keep doing what we're doing. We're going to keep building this community. It doesn't matter. We can treat these people with dignity. We can treat these people with respect. But we're going to keep pushing forward, and we're not going to change our values. You guys get that? That's the big thing about this. We are different than the rest of cryptocurrency. The data says as such. The uptime says as such. The community says as such. We have like the least amount of paid programs per capita than any other community in the world. That says as such, right? So to answer your question, the bear market, I think, even though PLSX does depend on volume, you must understand that PLSX is not like any other DEX. The pumpamentals are not like any other DEX. The burn features are not like any other DEX. And we're going to be using PLSX like crazy as a community. We have a huge tidal wave of people just chomping at the bit, ready to get on Pulsechain. That no other cryptocurrency layer one can really claim that. And certainly not the DEX on top of that layer one. Build back better, LOL. They'll tax everybody, Mudhog. Yep, Kay says, I like the part of Biden's plan where he blamed the others and gave away billions and has no plan. Very interesting. You know what he did? And I forgot to tell you guys about this. Let's talk about this. After he puts his plan out there, he then takes an opportunity to take pot shots at Republicans. Now, what's he say? He says, we've got this huge crisis and Republicans are not offering any solutions. If by now you don't understand, here's what's going on. Let's just take the gasoline part, right? The Biden administration has tethered themselves to Europe when it comes to any type of policies that have to deal with fossil fuels. Not only that, the Biden administration has tethered themselves to these extreme environmentalists that actually believe that this stuff is occurring. So they can't do what really needs to be done to fix the problem because it's going to make them look bad and it's going to make them look like they're not cooperating. All right. So here's what the Republicans offered. They said, one, increase imports from Canada via the Keystone XL pipeline. That's going to help gas. But number two, the most important part, increase domestic oil production by drilling. That's what fixes the problem. they want to strangle you. They want to strangle the regular consumer at the expense of global warming, which here's the thing about that. The globe is warming, right? There's not enough money in the world that they could ever spend to fix this imaginary problem. It's a power grab. It's always been a power grab. The models from 20 years ago, they're nowhere close to what reality is now, but nobody wants to point that out, right? They want to go green. There's so many legislative implications. If they can get world governments, if they can get nations on board with creating legislation that destroys carbon and CO2 output, then they have the ability to take control of just about every facet of your life. You want to talk about freedom of movement? You want to talk about California saying no more gasoline, no more fossil fuel powered cars in production by the year 2030? What are they going to do? They're going to try to push you to public transit, especially in those big cities. And I know that people don't think this way, but these are little snippets of freedoms. They're just chipped away. And you have to think abstractly. You got to understand. That. Not everybody's the price of an electric car right now is not reasonable yet. The technology hasn't innovated to the point where it's completely applicable to all the families in the United States, but they don't care. They're going to make this legislation to hurt you anyway because it's for the greater good instead of doing the other thing, which is incentivizing innovation instead of crushing with legislation. What do you guys think about that? Dehexion in the house. Yep, another electric car powered by coal. There's that whole argument, folks. There's that whole argument. To be very clear here, I would love to own a Tesla. Could I own a Tesla right now? Absolutely, I could own a Tesla. I'm happy with my 1999 Saturn for $600. Now, my wife has the nice car. She's not happy with 99 Saturn. But here's my point. I will be all in on electric power. I will be all in if it can match the performance of gasoline. If you match the performance of gasoline, if you can beat it in terms of the market, in terms of what the market wants, right? If all those metrics are better, I'm going to go that route. I'm not going to go that route because I'm manipulated into thinking I'm saving the planet. Not doing it because I don't believe it. Seen it for too long, seen it for too many years. I see they spent $10 trillion to decrease the net carbon output worldwide by 1%, 1.2%. How much money do we need here? There's not enough resources on the planet. Few realize this. Not enough resources on the planet to create enough, to have enough battery production to power this world. You have to have fossil fuels. Even Elon Musk, somebody asked him, he said, if you could flip a switch, do away with all fossil fuels right away, all fossil fuel powered, this, that, whatever, would you do it, Elon? And he pauses for a second. He's like, no. He looked at the interviewer like she was stupid. And when he said no, she looked back at him like he was stupid. It was really funny. He was like, that would destroy the world. Why would I do that? But that's literally what these people think. And that's what they want because they've been brainwashed to think that the planet's going to go to heck in 70 years or 100 years. It ain't going to happen. Brandon, you can't say that. You're not qualified to say that. No. Common sense. Common sense means nothing. You have to embrace science. Yeah. The questions that I ask about your science, they're never addressed. But the questions you force at me, those are the only ones that matter. Tarifa says, damn, Rag, got some views. Jonathan Tyler says, I disagree about launching it now. Too much fear in the market. Period. Even excess, I think too much sell pressure. Who's going to sell? Hexicans? Rich Hexicans? I don't think so. I think we're going to pump. I think we're going to pump hard. And I think that we are going to be the image that everybody sees during this bear market. You're going to see PLS. People are going to be pissed off. People are going to be hating on Richard Hart because he's going to be pumping and pumping and pumping. And they're going to be talking trash on Twitter. They're going to be talking trash on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and TikTok. And they're screw Richard Hart, screw Richard Hart, screw Richard Hart. But behind the scenes, they're going to be changing those settings in their MetaMask. And they're going to be buying Pulsechain. Screw Richard Hart. Screw Richard Hart. Screw Richard Hart. Screw Richard Hart. Number up. Number up. That's how that's going to go down. That's how it's going to go down. Because they are psychological and emotional slaves to the herd mentality of crypto. And the herd mentality of crypto is screw Richard Hart. The Bitcoiners, everybody. We saw it today. We're fighting with them constantly. People just can't open their minds. And I understand where they're coming from. I get it. And Jonathan, I'm not saying that you're okay to disagree. This is not what I'm referring to. But I'm saying that I understand how these people think because I thought that way too. I wasn't always a Hexkin. I'm a very new Hexkin, in fact. Right? So we gotta have some sort of empathy towards these folks too. But we just keep doing what we're doing. We just keep doing what you're doing, and we do not pander to them because everything that we're doing has worked out so far. And until that changes, what changes do we need to make here? Be respectful to people outside the community. If they're not respectful to you, Jesus said, turn the other cheek for a reason. And I think just from if a godly wisdom standpoint, that's because you don't want escalation. He smacks you, you punch him, he shoots you. Now you're dead. Turn the other cheek, right? So, Jonathan, I think that we're going to run hard. I think that we have a community that nobody's ever had to launch a layer one. And I think the community means a lot. And we are very well capitalized. Very well capitalized. GetHex says we have our economic system. We got the instruments. Now we just got to learn to plat. Play. Geez, LOL. Got it. I will own digital assets and be happy. Me too. Just say what it is all about communism. Yeah, it is. It is communist, guys. This is nothing new. This is socialism and communism. These ideas, they didn't exist until the late 1800s. And then in the 20th century, we had more murders at the hands of an ideology than ever before in the history of the world. 100 million, 200 million. Russia from 1919 to late 1950s, right? China. We had influences of this anti-Semitic type thing. We had Nazi Germany. Like these things are very, very dangerous ideas, and they keep popping up. And it's because people are afraid to call them what they are, and they wipe history. They erase history. They don't want people understanding that none of this is new, right? Social justice isn't new. It was created by Marx and Engels in like 1860 or whenever it was, 1850 something. Might have been 1870. But like these ideas and these thoughts, let's divide everybody out. And you have to divide everybody out. It's a system of classism. And you have to shoot the individuals because the individuals will screw everything up. And then you have to take this classism and they basically rank you based on how victimized you are. And then they say, you see those guys up there? You see those successful people? You see those business owners? You see Johnny's dad who drives the Benz? Yeah, he's evil. He's evil. We need to take those people down. We need to overcome, and we need to take down the systems and the means of production. We need to level the playing field. Doesn't work. Humans don't work that way. Humans do not work that way. Look at the first colony that was settled. It was a system of socialism. Everybody worked together for the common good. The first winter, like 70% of people died off, right? And then in the diary of the governor of the first colony in America, he says, hey, listen, like, you got some people who are working hard, but the other people, they're just mooching. Right? And it makes everybody jealous and angry and upset. You don't provide for the common good that way. So what did he do? He switched to a capitalist system where he said, all right, I'm going to give everybody a plot of land. Everybody's in charge of their own plot of land. You provide for yourself, and anything excess or spare that you have will go into a common store for everybody. Things changed really quick. Things changed very quick. Everybody says it's the Indians are the reason why the Pilgrims, etc., survived. Indians are a big reason, but the reason that the Pilgrims thrived and built a country is because of that system that was implemented early on. Otherwise, they would have all been dead. Look it up. Look it up. He barely graduated high school. That's true. Barely graduated high school. Glad he read that verbatim. What did I read verbatim? That's exactly right. If you're not happy when the hex price is going down, you need to get your mind right. If you're not comfortable with the price of hex, you're doing something wrong, probably not staked. Frankie says, you're not helping, in my opinion, you're not helping anything by saying this is going to happen and that is going to happen. It doesn't help to fearmonger. Give me specific examples. What was I talking about when I said that? And I say it is going to happen because I'm a student of history. And if you become a student of history, you can become a prophet too, or at least in the eyes of other people. But all I did was read a book, or 5 or 10 or 20. Saw Seth from Mind Your Biz walk back. I don't know, man. Let's redo that question. Rags, I agree. Everything you've shared, 1000%. Awesome stream. Humberto Gonzalez, what's up, man? Gams says, look at sharp always, yo. Yeah, we're trying here. You guys like these? $9.38 from the gas station. Loving them. I had to pick them up. You guys know how I am with these damn glasses. Dips are a gift. Crypto Wonder Podcast. What's up, the Reverend in the house? What's up, my brother? This dude's been with me from the very beginning. Like 200 subscribers. I mean, that guy's been around. Good to see you, brother. If y'all want some good info, go to his podcast too. Asia and Africa calls 80% of the pollution. They are seriously unhinged. Are they unhinged? Are they? Is it unhinged? I don't know. I don't know if they're unhinged. Maybe nothing's going to happen. Maybe the amount of pollution that humans actually cause is like 1/2 of 1/2 of 1/2 of 1/2 of 1%. Or the heating, rather. Maybe. You guys ever imagine that? In my opinion, offer a solution with what it is. I don't need. Not for you. Somebody else in chat. Okay, got you. Monica Mofit Meals. Craig Wadding in the house. I barely graduated barber college. Yo, barber college is expensive, bro. Later, guys. Gym time. Don't stare at the charts. Take care of yourself. Amen to that. Warning people is a good thing, like Rags is doing right now. It is happening when you ignore it and do nothing about it. Avoid it, period. Absolutely. Just subscribe. Thanks, Rags. Absolutely. More people have been murdered in the name of religion over time, bro. No. Unequivocally, that's wrong. I'm sorry. That's way wrong. Way wrong. Do you think hundreds of millions of people were murdered at the hands of a religion prior to the 20th century? Do you think the population even supported that? Mm-mm. And I'll say this too. There was a time, in the 1200, 1300, 1400, 1500s. It was a dark time. And religion was used to control people in a big way. Okay. But at this point in time, that narrative is used to shy people away from religion in the modern world. But I would okay, without knowing the actual numbers, just off the top of my head, I think common sense would say that's very false. I think. Great seeing Rags. Keep sharing the truth. Cryptographics. That's what we're gonna do, man. I hear nothing but good things about you all over the place, bro. Man, you're getting all these views on YouTube. I check your stuff out, man. Keep up the good work. Everybody has a role. Do what you got to do. Squid Lord says, man looks to the sky and sees a reflection of himself. Marx on religion. Yeah. Well, why do you think? Okay, think about this. So you got socialism, which is like JV. You got communism, which is like varsity. And you look at Stalinist Russia. Some people argue that wasn't true communism or that wasn't true socialism. Folks, come on, get out of here. They say it was Stalinism. What are some of the first institutions to go? It's religious institutions. And why do you guys think that is? It's because, and look at it, China right now, right? Why do you think that all these prosecutions happen to people, religious folks? It's because if you put your faith and you put your belief in something other than the government, you are seen as a threat. That's why. That's why religion always has to go. I think that idea that religion has killed more people than blah blah whatever. I think that was manufactured and created to get people away from it. I really do. Beam D says, glad I found you, Rags. Hell yeah. You guys are going back and forth here. Okay, cool. Frankie's 100% right. You guys are not listening to what he's saying or what? Removal of all hope. Yes, Mobius. Bingo. You hit the nail on the head. It's removal of all hope. Hope only resides in the bureaucracy, in the Leviathan. That's what it's all about. It doesn't take much studying and understanding. They don't teach history, guys. They just don't do it. Because if you understood history, you understand that we're doomed to repeat it. If you don't understand it, they know that. They know that. All right. There are about 2 million ethnic Muslim re-education camps right now in China. Re-education camps. Exactly. See? Communism religion, it's non-theistic religion. It even has its original sin, just like in the Christian faiths. You're right. But there's a different message with communism. There's a message of desperation, greed, and fear. And that is not the message that the Bible teaches, for example, with Jesus Christ. Not everything is created equal. Thanks, Victor. People are created equal, not everything else, not ideologies. Thanks, Victor. I don't understand what people are getting mad about. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the thing. I just want to tell you guys that we are doing the right thing. We are on the right path. We are on the right path. Every measurable metric tells us that we are. Do not be afraid. Do not let your heart be troubled. Pulsechain is going to do crazy things. And it's because we have the community to back it up, a well-capitalized community, a highly intelligent community, very highly intelligent community. And I got faith in all of your ability to make the right decision for yourself. And because you're so good at making decisions for yourself, you only benefit the group at large. It's very important to understand that. All right. Just take the best ideas and make our own with improved parameters. The RH method. It's so true. Don't reinvent stuff. When humans get involved in something that's already been proven and already very good, when humans get involved, you got to put up some red flags. You got to understand why. Why are they doing this? What's the angle here? So, ladies and gentlemen, I've enjoyed hanging out with everybody. Kind of. Not really. Do not like. Do not comment. Do not subscribe. I'm going to be back tomorrow. If you guys want to check me out, I do a porch sitting in the morning, and we just talk about whatever. I just take questions straight up. And then in the evenings, we kind of make it a little bit more official. Do not like, do not comment, do not subscribe. Your boy is out.